Douglas was a very dear friend, a tremendous inspiration, and it was a privilege to be associated with such a world-class composer. I met Douglas when I first moved to New York in 1999. We were both teachers at the Bennett Conservatory of Music in Croton-on-the-Hudson, New York. We became fast friends. I would pick him up and take him to the train station when needed. We would talk in between our lessons about what our latest projects were, and we would discuss our students as well. We used to write short exercises for our students and then share them with each other. He gave me several short etudes for beginning piano students that I used with my students. He was very generous in giving of himself musically, and he loved to share his knowledge of composing. He inspired me to write for my students, and so I did. And Douglas, he used to just say to me, just write a few measures, just a little bit every day. Just continue with exploring your ideas and just do a little bit at a time. Words of wisdom from a master. He always had an interesting story to share about some famous composer. Douglas knew his music history forwards and backwards, and he always had some anecdote to share with me. He made a very strong impression on me, and he influenced me musically very much. He always made me laugh. Knowing that he studied with Aaron Copland and other famous composers and took lessons with them and yet never was formally educated and got a college degree, it made his career all the more impressive to me. He was truly a self-made man. After I left the conservatory, we remained very close friends. We seemed to share a common music sensibility that's difficult to explain and to put into words. I so enjoy playing his music, and I'm so happy that I was able to play some of his works for him, such as his Christmas Carol Fantasies for 4 hands, his 4 fantasies based on American folk songs, also for 4 hands, and dance improvisation and fugue. Today, I'm honored to play the companion piece to this dance, the theme by Darius Milhaud. Playing for Douglas was a mutual pleasure. I really loved playing his work, and I knew that he enjoyed listening to people play his music. The Ave Maria, which we will also play today, was premiered at Columbia University a few years ago by myself and Felicity Graham. Recently, Douglas had us record the trio version of this piece, and it's an honor to do it again today. This taping was done just a few months ago, and Douglas was very much a part of the session. Yes, he was a bit frail, but he was still extremely involved in the music making, and he was a big part of the session. He was such a positive person, and he loved working. He lived to write music, and he simply had to do it every day. When we would speak on the phone, all he would talk about was how happy he was because he was working so much, and he's never been busier in his whole life, and he was going to have this premiered and the next work played, and he lived to write music, and he did it every day of his life. He was very intuitive, and he lived his life with full emotion. I was fortunate enough to have him coach me on his compositions. It's a wonderful feeling to know that I was able to produce what he had intended. It's thrilling to be able to lift the notes off the page and make it speak with the intentions of the composer. Douglas was a truly gifted composer who waited a long time to receive the recognition and admiration he so deserved. Today, we all honor a truly great man and great composer. He will be sorely missed by those who knew and loved him, but his music will live on.